Alright, gang, welcome back to our Broke to Billionaire Challenge, our Ohio Richlands. It is still December. We've got a number of things we want to accomplish today before we move on to the next month. And, yeah, that didn't work. I didn't think it was going to. I was attempting, which I've utilized this, well, I say trick. It's not really a trick because it doesn't really work. But I've utilized this attempt in a previous playthrough. I think it was on the Mazzo series, where I try to stack extra bales on top, even though they're not really supposed to be up there. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, but we're not taking them too far. I just happened to hit that tree branch and it knocked that bale off. But anyway, we're taking these over across the road here. I did get the rest of that grass field baled up, as I mentioned I was going to do. Oh, there they go again. So that's done, right? So that grass field's ready to go. Now, we are already making wool. The sheep are making us wool. Now, I don't think there's a whole lot there. I don't even know if it's a full pallet yet or not, but we do have some over there. When we do get a full pallet, we'll get the skid steer out, and we'll bring one of those pallets over here to Grandma's house so we can make some more clothes, because we can utilize that, because that'll be wool versus cotton, right? I've got the workers still going on the field that we kind of left off in the last episode. I said I would finish it off camera, but I really didn't. Time just was not my friend, unfortunately, so we did not get that done, but it's almost done, so it's really close. So I was okay with it just being as it is. Alright, so there's that. Let me just move these by hand real quick out of the way. I'll just run it right into it, Z. Good job, buddy. So that's going on. We have to drill the field we fully harvested in the last episode, right over there, right? I think what we're going to do with it, I think we're going to I think we're going to put more cotton in. I've had some conversations with a couple of you, and it seems like I think cotton is the way to go. I kind of agree with you, and I think that the comment was made that I should put another Grandma's house in, and it hopefully will get us to that $1 billion at a quicker rate. And I agree with you. It probably will. We may, even though we're trying just to go in a path here where we don't spend any money. We may buy this field here, though. It is ready to harvest. It will get us a little bit of money. Wheat is pretty much best to sell right now, technically next month. So we may do that as well, just because it's ready to harvest, and that'll give us some more money, and that would be another plot of land for us, which will certainly help us, right? But we'll see. We will see. We also have all of the trees down here we need to start working on, because now is the best time to chop down trees. So lots and lots to do, I guess, is what I'm trying to get at, and not really a whole lot of time. Because it is December, the sun will go down earlier. I did drop down the speed a little bit, just down to a 2 instead of a 3. We may have to drop it down more if it starts getting really dark out. Like I said, I don't really love doing episodes when it's really dark out. I just don't think it's the greatest content for you. How is our BGA doing? I have not looked at that. It's okay. It's still okay. It still has enough straw and silage in there for now. We can certainly throw a few more bales of silage in there, but it's not going to get through all of those between now and the next episode, so we can do that in the next one. And that is empty, which is even better, right? I was waiting for this to be empty because now we can pick up straw and stuff off the ground if we need to, especially with that potential field we may buy, right? That'll give us a bunch more straw, which a lot of that we can turn into bales, right? Bales are going to make us a lot of money. Obviously, we're doing a lot of baling again all of a sudden, because that's the way we're going to get back up to, back up to, it's the way we're going to get to $1 billion, I should say, not back up to $1 billion. We never made it to $1 billion. Okay. So with all of that said, let's go ahead and jump into, I believe the planter needs 300 horsepower and ooh, there was a tractor out there. Hold the phone there for a minute. 239, so we do need to utilize the other tractor. So let's go flip off. Let's go switch out, flip out. That's a mixture between flip off and flip out. Or switch out and flip out. Let's go switch out the tractors here on the trailer that we have over here for the harvester that's harvesting this field over here. So what we'll probably do, like I said, is make another cotton field down there. So we'll have 2 cotton fields going. And then this field over here, I'm not sure what I'm going to put over here, actually. I think we might end up doing soybeans. I'd like to have some more soybeans. We do have a few soybean fields, I think, at current. Let me just verify that. Yeah, we've got a couple, well, 2 of them, technically, that are still to be harvested. But I think, given the month where it is now, soybeans will be ready in the middle. If we do it now, they'll be ready pretty much at the best time to sell them. So... looks like the worker's done, so we have got to go around and pick up all this. Obviously, there was bits missed, unfortunately. But not a whole lot I can do about that. It's just the way that the field is set up and the buildings and everything. It's causing a little bit of issues, so not really a whole lot I could do there. But in any case, let's get this back over here. We'll get it hooked up to our cotton drill, and we will get to drilling that field in the back. At least start it. Probably go around the headland, and then when we get that done, we'll put it on a worker, and then we'll come over here and touch all this up, and we'll see where we are as far as time goes, period of the day, all that stuff, and may end up buying that field over there. It's not too expensive. That's the only reason why I'm considering it, right? It's only $289,000. It is expensive, but you get what I mean. It's not outrageously expensive, and I think one more field really will get us to the point where we'll have a really good setup to potentially... get to that $1 billion before FS25 comes out, right? It's going to be here before we know it. That FS25 date is looming, man. It's really close. So we gotta get going, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. What I'll try to do, like I said, I'm going to be out of the country in October for a couple of weeks, which will put a little bit of a damper, unfortunately, and a little bit of a hamper, I guess, on my ability to do really long episodes for a while. But hopefully, I mean, I'm going to be really busy when I get back with work and everything, so who knows. But hopefully when I get back from that, I'll have a couple of weeks before we'll have a couple weeks before the FS25 comes out, so hopefully we'll be able to accomplish that goal between when my return and you know, when FS25 comes out. But I guess you just don't know, right? You just never know. But I'm going to do everything I can in my power, gang, to try to make us succeed here. But this is the one I'm most worried about. Now, one other thing, just to kind of throw a teaser out there for you, I am also going to be doing a mini-series. I've decided, since the Mazzo series ended technically yesterday, for all of you, I have decided that we are going to do a mini-series. Now, that will probably cause a little bit of issue for this series, because initially I thought, well, I'll make this series 3 times a week, and that'll definitely get us there. But it's not going to come out for a little while. It's probably going to be like an 8 to 10 episode series, maybe 10. I'm hoping for 10, honestly, is what I'm hoping for. So just a small series. But it'll be like once a week, and this one will be twice a week now. So basically what I'm going to do is take the 2 episodes we would do a week of the Mazzo series and give one to this series and then one to the other series, except... as I mentioned at the beginning, this series is going to have a couple of weeks, probably, I would say probably 2 weeks, 1 or 2 weeks, where the other series will not be out yet. So it's coming, but it's not going to be out yet. I'm not going to give you anything else besides that, but it is going to, it's going to be here soon. So I think it'll be fun. It's something I've wanted to do for a long time. It was on my radar. It was going to be something that I actually, potentially gave to my channel members as an option when we were talking, I don't know, about a month ago about, another series, trying to get another series done, but then I was like, I don't know if it's going to happen or not. But since the Mazzo series got done earlier than I had initially anticipated, we're going to run one, but I'm not going to, I'm just going to go with it. I'm just going to go with this 10 episode series because I know I can do 10 episodes for this series. The other ideas that I had, I'll just have to save those for FS25, and hopefully we can implement those in FS25 here, in the near future, right? So that's kind of where we're at right now. So a bit of a teaser there. So stay tuned to the channel if that's something you're interested in. I'm not going to give you anything else besides that. My members will have a little bit of early access to the first couple of episodes. But other than that, it will be coming here soon. It'll probably, honestly, it'll probably be sometime in early September, I think, when it comes out. Maybe mid-September. Probably mid-September, actually, now that I think about it. It'll probably be second week in September, maybe. You never know. Could be earlier than that, but somewhere around that middle of September range is when I'm anticipating that mini-series coming out. So now this series will stay on Sundays. It's not going to go away from Sunday, but it's going to have an addition every week, starting, I guess, this week. I don't know which day we're going to do yet. Well, this week you're going to have 3, and probably the next week you're going to have 3 episodes for this series. But I don't know which day specifically I'm going to pick yet when we start the miniseries, or when we actually release the miniseries. I don't know which day it's going to be yet. I'm thinking we'll probably do it on Wednesday and Sunday. This series will be Wednesday and Sunday once that new miniseries begins, and I'll put the miniseries on Saturday. I think that's what I'm going to do. That way we don't have, this series back-to-back 2 days in a row. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I like to kind of, change it up a little bit. I don't like to have the same thing back-to-back if I can help it during the week, right? Sometimes there's nothing for it. Like for the next couple of weeks, you're going to get it twice a week because you're going to get it on Saturday and Sunday because Mazzo series is over now. So while I get everything set up for the mini-series, we'll run this one to try to help us get caught up a little bit better, right? Hopefully all that makes sense. Hopefully I didn't confuse any of you, but long story short, there's a mini-series coming out in the next couple of weeks. Until that time, this series will be taking over the now finished Mazzo series, so this will have 3 episodes a week for the next week to 2 weeks, while the other series is being built and set up. Possibly 2.5 weeks, and then that will start. So that's where we're at. That's where we're going. And then this series will continue to have 2 episodes a week until FS25 comes out, or until the conclusion of this series, whenever we get to $1 billion. It's a long ways away, gang. We might not make it, but I think having 2 series or 2 episodes a week is really going to help. It's really truly going to help this series, I think. So that's where we're at. That's where we're going. Anyway, how's everybody doing today? I kind of just ranted for a long period of time. Hopefully you're all doing well. Hopefully you're staying safe, all that good stuff. Now, the biggest problem I have with doing everything that I just mentioned I want to do is I'm very busy right now on the weekends for multiple reasons. Family and non-family reasons. There's just a lot going on. I'm normally pretty busy in September. I end up getting into... Well, that's just a mess. We're going to kill a little bit of crop there, aren't we? I end up getting a little bit into some golf scrambles and things like that in September. There's always golf scrambles in September, and I love playing golf. But I don't play a lot. I just enjoy the scrambles more than anything of golf, if that makes any sense. It's always for a good cause. And, right now that's definitely something on my mind, is doing things for a good cause. So, always fun to do scrambles, though. You get, buddies together and just have a good time, right? So, when this field is done harvesting, what we're going to do is get probably this tractor, and we're going to get the drill, and we're going to start drilling this field. We're just, rinse and repeat right now. Try to get as much as we can done. Try to get stuff back in the ground as fast as possible. All that good stuff, because that's the way we're going to succeed here. And then probably productions really are another way we're going to succeed, right? Trying to continue to add some productions that make sense. The worker's still going strong. We're going to have to fertilize that field, but that's okay. Not a big deal. And we'll have to herbicide it. But we don't necessarily have to do all that in this episode, right? We can always do that in the next one. Hopefully, dropping this down to 2 speed gives us enough time to get everything we want to accomplish today done. And if we decide to buy that field or not, which I'm not 100% positive we're going to buy that field. I brought it up at the beginning of the episode, and I kind of still have that drive and think that I'm going to want to buy it. But, I guess we'll see, right? I mean, we got a lot going on right now. Like, I could knock down those trees and everything, right? I think the trees are December. It might be January, actually, that they're best. The wood chips, I mean. I've done a lot of wood chips, recently on other series as well. Kind of the ending of the Maslow series was almost entirely wood chips, but it's actually January. So maybe we wait to do the wood chips for the next month. That's probably a smarter play, honestly. Let's try to get the most money we can out of it, because that's another benefit for us to be able to, try to get to that $1 million. Hell, it might even pay for or more than pay for the other field that we're potentially considering buying today. But yeah, there's definitely some touch-up work to be done here. There's a lot going on here, but let's get to work here, and let's see where we get to. Probably going to be a long time lapse again, but that's just the nature of the beast at this point with the size of our farm. Let's get it going. That was an eternally too long time lapse there, gang, but a lot accomplished. I don't really know how good the worker is doing over there. I don't think they did a very good job, but we'll figure that out here in just a second. I decided to utilize, at least for a little while, utilize some of the liquid fertilizer that we already had. I did buy some more. I know we're going to run out, so I'm not that concerned with the fact that I had to spend a little bit more. But when we do fully run out, we'll probably flip over to solid fertilizer at that point. Just wanted to utilize it. It's been sitting there for a while, and I just wanted to utilize it and get it over with. So, yeah, as you kind of expect, the worker did not do the greatest job there, unfortunately, but oh well, it is what it is, I guess. Now, the problem with this is this tractor really shouldn't be on this drill. It's really not big enough as far as horsepower goes for this drill, but we're going to utilize it at least temporarily here. That tractor does seem to work a little bit better for the sprayer, so we're going to utilize it as much as we can here and try to get a good portion of this done, and then, again, I'll throw it on a worker. We'll probably flip to the other tractor. Really, what I should be probably doing is upgrading one of our tractors. I did see in the used market that there was something out there. I'm going to look at it again. The problem is I don't want to spend a whole lot of money just upgrading equipment again, because that's just going to hinder our ability to get to $1 billion. We'll make everything else faster for us, right? So we can get a lot more done, but in less time. But it will hinder our ability to continue to save money in the bank. If that makes any sense. I don't know if what I said makes sense or not, but hopefully it does. So let me pick this up here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put it on a worker again briefly, knowing for the fact that we have to come back here and touch this section up. I should be able to send him down there now. For some reason, because this field is a little bit of an awkward shape, it gets to a point and the worker just turns around and does weird, awkward stuff on this field. It's not probably the greatest field for us to have. We probably should consider, selling it or upgrading it to a different field, but we're going to stick with it for a little while at least. Let me try to line that a little bit better. I'm missing bits here. Should be big enough to go through the whole thing here, as long as I have it lined up properly. Okay, so put that on a worker real quick. Used market. So there's this Fint out here, pretty nice, 195 grand. It's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. We really don't have. I mean, I can sell the case potentially, right, to get there. I'd really like to sell the Star, I think, more than anything. The case I do like. Has a little bit more horsepower, too. But 34,000, I mean, that's a lot of money, though. That's a lot of money, and it's got 15 months of use on it, too, so. Let's think about it a little bit more, I suppose, right? We'll think about it for a little bit longer. Is he going to keep going here, or is he going to stop? Nope, he's going to keep going. Okay. We'll let him keep doing his thing. I did move the skid steer down here. I thought we had a full pallet. We don't, so I just moved it down here for now. We'll just, instead of driving it all the way back over there, we'll just wait until we get a full pallet or two, and then we'll use it back over there. I don't think we're going to utilize the skid steer for a little while longer, so we might as well go ahead and do that. Now, the other thing I want to do, or potentially do, like I said, let's do a quick save here, is think about buying this field down here, right? $289,000. It'd put us back under $1 million. Let's, as a matter of fact, let's get back into here. Let's look at the yield, if it'll let me out of here. Actually, I'll just drive it out. It's a tight squeeze in there, so that's kind of the reason why it won't let me out of there. Let me look at the yield of this field. Because if it's not a good yield, then it's not worth buying, right? And it's not the biggest field, 98%, so it's really good. It's a really good yield-eating field. So we'd get a lot out of it. We'd probably get a lot of straw out of it, too. I had initially talked to, it was a long time ago, many episodes ago, that we would combine this field and this field eventually and buy them, right? And I mean, I don't think that's necessarily a bad idea. What do we think, gang? What do we think? $289,000 for that field alone. Wood chips are best next month. What else will we have to do next month? Let's look at that really quick. So next month, this field will be ready, and this field will be ready. So we'll have two fields ready to harvest. We did it. We bought it. Okay, we're back under $1 million. Not exactly as intended there. Not exactly where I wanted to go, but I think in the long run it's going to be worth it for us because we really did need another field, honestly. If we're going to succeed here, we needed another field. Let me get some gas into here real quick. I think I'm also going to service the machine a little bit. It's going to cost us a lot of money, but I think it's worth it. We're not going to upgrade this anytime soon. We'll hold off on the tractor here since we decided to buy that field. I think that was probably a better purchase anyway. Plus, it's about $5 grand. Just over $5.5 grand. Alright, let's head down to that field. I'm going to mostly put this on probably a worker as well. Just do a lot of worker stuff right now. I know it costs us money to use workers, I get that, but we're going to be taking over for the sprayer here very soon. That sprayer is going to be getting close to being done. I'm probably not going to herbicide the field this episode. We'll probably wait to the next episode to herbicide the cotton field that we're drilling currently. And then I'll switch out the tractors over here on this field that we're having issues with, right? Yeah, I think that's... Well, I guess it could be that field over there. I don't know. I want to drop straw. I don't want to spray. I want to drop straw. There we go. So, let's head around the headland here. Like we normally do. And then we can set a worker doing this as well. And we can pick up the straw in the next episode too. Because really, this field will be ready in the next episode, right? So we can pick up the straw, harvest the other 2 fields in the next episode, work on some wood chip stuff. And then we can combine this field and that field there, right? And make one big large field. I think that's what we're going to do. That'll pretty much give us 4 really good sized fields. Those 3 back there and then this one. Combined with this one here, right? Those would be 4 really large size fields. I think that'll be good for us. That'll help us since we're allowed to skip months and everything now, right? We can just skip until they're ready to harvest it. It'll help us. That'll help us, I think, a lot. So I believe once I get down here to the end, even though this is not a full headland pass, we should be golden to let this worker do their thing here. There's not really anything in the way. There's no other trees or anything in the way. They can drive in the other fields. That's not really that big of a deal to me. I think that's the approach and path we're going to take here. To save us a little bit of time, since one worker is already done, which I suspect it's that one over there. Because they're not that good at doing the drilling on that field, clearly. That much is clear as day. We probably also need to get some water to the sheep. I think I looked at that in the time lapse as well, and the sheep look like they need a little bit of water. Now we do have that water trailer there, and it has plenty of water in it, so it's just a matter of us bringing a tractor over there and dumping it. Now, one thing we could potentially do is buy this super cheap Massey Ferguson here, hook it up to that, and then it literally just stays there the whole time. Costs a lot of money, but I mean, in the long run, it might actually be cheaper, right? I don't know. I have to consider that. It's not that much money, which is the only reason why I'm considering it. The wear and tear and the gas of driving back and forth just to unload the water might be smarter for us just to buy that thing and, you know, let it do its thing. I don't know. I'll think about it. $6,000 really isn't a whole lot of money. That's what I'm saying. I'll think about it. Now, the other thing we have to think about, I'm going to get the worker back going on this here in just a second once I'm able to align it a little bit better. The other thing we got to think about is I believe the canola that we harvested, the rest of the canola we harvested in this field, I believe it's the best time to sell it right now. I think it's December. It could be January, but I thought it was December. Might have been November. But anyway, I think it's the best time to sell it now. So it might be something for us to sell that now, which will get probably a lot of the money back that we just... wrong menus there, Z. Come on now. Get it together, brother. Canola. December is the best to sell it, and it's dropping, so we need to sell that. So let me back this up first. Let's get in the store here. I think we're just going to sell this one just to our little all-selling station over here, because there's really, you know, no reason not to. While that's doing that, this worker is empty. It's kind of what I thought was going to happen, right? I said that. I thought it was going to eventually run out. So the rest of it we can do with solid fertilizer. Save us a little bit of money, and that way we get rid of a few of those IBCs that were just been sitting there, laying there for probably 10 plus episodes at a minimum. We probably should add some more bees too, right? We should try to max out that, you know, however much that building can hold and ingesting honey and then, you know, reselling it for us. We probably should be doing that. So maybe we look at doing that too between, you know, this episode and the next episode or whatever. Or do it in this episode, who knows, right? Maybe we look at doing something like that. Let me put this sucker away, and I'm gonna go flip it over onto the other drill there, and we'll switch out the tractor there and all that good stuff, and we'll come back over here and finish up the field we just drilled with cotton. Finish up the fertilizing of it. Like I said, we'll probably leave the herbiciding to the next episode. I could change my mind, but we'll probably leave it. So let's get all that done. I'll be right back. All right, we're underway here. I'm just going to put this on a worker. I think they should be able to do it. I hope. Let's go ahead and start selling this. We've got to actually get another trailer over to the field that we've just bought because it is full. The harvester's full, not the field. The harvester's full. So we've got to get that going on getting unloaded. So while this is selling, hopefully it doesn't stop, but it probably will, given our past experience here. While this is selling, I'm going to jump into the New Holland and hook up to the small trailer here and then go across the way and start unloading the harvester there. I think I'm going to have to actually turn the worker off and back up the harvester. I think it's angled the wrong way, unfortunately, but it's all right. Now, I believe we looked at it earlier today, but the wheat is best now in January. So we'll hold the wheat until next month. Let's just make a little bit of extra money on it on that field there, right? Get a lot more of our money back for what we paid for it. That would be really beneficial. We should, with the rest of the canola we have in the silo, which isn't much, but we should get back to nearly $1 million, if not over $1 million, with this sell. He is facing the right way. I stand corrected. I apologize, gang. He is going the right way. That's good. Don't go into the crop there, Z. Come on, buddy. And it's still going, so that's good. All right, 124,000. We're at 971. Yeah, we're okay. We're okay. Back it up, Z. Back it up. All right, let that do its thing. All right, I'm gonna stop the worker here because I think they're just gonna keep on going. That's what it seems like. So let's get this done down here. Did it skid? Just a quick touch up, and then this field's pretty much done, with the exception of, like I said, the herbicide, but we can do that in the next episode. Next episode's going to be busy, too. We're going to have a lot to do in the next episode, but the next episode in January, we probably won't... No, I guess I shouldn't say that. No, we probably will. I was going to say we probably weren't going to do 2 episodes, but we probably will do 2 episodes, because we're going to have those harvests, then we've got to re-drill, we've got to pick up the straw, all that. Yeah, we're going to definitely do 2 episodes in January, too, for sure. For sure. And then the wood chips, right? Knock down the rest of those trees so we can turn that into a field. Yeah, definitely 2 months in January, for sure. For sure. All right, this field's done. Let me go put this away, and then we'll start getting the rest of the canola out of the silo. There shouldn't be much in there. 2,485 liters. So yeah, we're not going to get back to $1 million, but we'll be close. Now we could sell some silage bales to get there, and I might actually do that. We have a good amount of solid fertilizer in there. I actually utilized that for the solid fertilizer we put in the back of the spreader here. So we really didn't spend any extra money on the solid fertilizer that's in here. It had like 30-something percent, 27, 32%, something like that. Low 30s, high 20s in there, as far as the percent goes of solid fertilizer still in there when we picked it up. And then I just filled it up from our dryer. Saves us money. Why not, right? Alright, that's done. I'm just going to leave the tractor over here for now. We don't need this one for now. It's a hard corner here, this one. There we go. So this will be only a couple $1,000 out of this, but that's okay. It's I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it, right? Why not just sell it now? When it's the best time to sell it? Alright, nearly 980. Not too bad at all. I'm going to take over for the worker here. We're going to get the rest of this done. There's a lot to touch up here. A lot. The worker always has issues with this field just based on the weird, awkward shape and all the fences and the houses and the barns and trees and everything else. It's a bit of a mess, so the more we continue to do on this field, the more I'm starting to get to a point where I'm like, maybe we sell it next time we harvest it. Maybe we sell it and get a different field, right? Upgrade to a different field that a little bit easier for workers, since we're going to utilize so many workers here for quite a while now. We're kind of in the worker zone here where the farm is quite big and we've got quite a lot of things to do that if I was to do it by myself, these episodes would be... It'd be like 3-4 hour episodes. I wouldn't be able to get anything else done in the day besides this. Alright, well, you know what I gotta do? Let's get it done. It'll be a short one. Let's get it done. Alright, it's done finally. Let's get this back into the barn here, put it away. Field's getting close down there, but still probably a little more than halfway to go. But not too bad. Alright, that's all put away. We're back here. This is nearly full, so we're going to go ahead and fill it up and then take this back to the silo. Alright. We're going to drop a little bit of this off for the chickens, and then we'll dump the rest of this into the silo for next month. And, yeah. Workers at 80%, so by the time we get all this done, it's going to be full again when they come back here. Alright, dump a little bit in here for the chickens. Good. The rest of this will go into the silo. And we'll continue making our runs back and forth here, gang, and let the worker finish doing the harvest of that field. So I think we're going to leave the episode at that point, gang. So I hope you all enjoyed it. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe button if you're new. It's free, and it helps me out an absolute ton. Cannot thank you all enough for the continued support on the channel, and specifically on this series. This seems to be one of my series that does the best, and one of the ones that people enjoy the most. So we'll keep on at it, gang. We'll hopefully we'll get closer to that $1 billion, brick by brick, baby, brick by brick. So again, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.